Hello, welcome. Sammy here with Sammy's Tarot Astrology reading, and I'm so happy and excited that we are over here at our new home, Sammy Tarot. Oh hi, welcome. And it's pretty exciting. We've been over at Dos Caracolitos, and that is my page with the love of my life, B, and mi caracolito, and she and I are sharing our life and our adventures on that page. And it's pretty cool because I probably wouldn't have been able to start doing these videos every single day without her love and support. And so that's where this was able to really take off. But then once it did, we realized, okay, I really want that page. And she agreed to really be about what we're doing and exploring. And this is sort of more about very specifically the tarot and astrology. So here we are now. And I'm really excited to be here with you and to get really deep into the tarot and get really deep into the astrology and the healing, and to share art about that, and to do regular meditations together. So that's what this space will be like. And as always, you can message me, DM me about private readings or having your natal chart, or what's it called? When you have charts for two people. I don't remember the word for that, but if there's somebody who you want to have your chart done with, somebody who's a romantic interest, or a family member, or even a friend, or a famous person, you could always let me know and I could make you up a report for that. But anyway, so a love chart. Thank you, a love chart. I forgot the word. I blame it on the fact that we are almost in Mercury retrograde, which is happening Tuesday night at about 10 p.m., a little before 10 p.m. So that can throw a bit of a curveball in terms of communication. But what's beautiful about it is that when, it's like when people who don't have one sense, their other senses are strengthened. So people who, I think this is true, I might be wrong, it could be a generalization, but when people are, say, blind, that they have like heightened hearing, or somebody who doesn't hear has heightened maybe sense of smell or something like that. So with Mercury going retrograde, there might be certain ways that we're used to communicating that are a little bit more roundabout or challenging, but that will help us learn to communicate in other ways more powerfully. And when in doubt, just say love, think of love, because that's what happened right now. And I think that's kind of like the greatest tool that we can bring with us during that retrograde, is when in doubt, just bring it back to love. As for tonight, I forgot. We don't need to completely reinvent the wheel or the bowl while we are over here. So what we do, if you're new, is that we start out by listening to the sound bowl and taking a few breaths together. Then I talk a little bit about what's happening in the stars, and from there, what's in here? What do you think it is? Skittles? M&Ms? Sunflower seeds? Oh, it's tarot cards. So then after that, we will pull 3 cards together. And the reading is always designed to provide some clarity and encouragement to everyone who happens to be tuning in, because I really set that intention to energetically tap into whoever might be here. Hi. And then from there we close out and then listen to the sound bowl again. So let's do that now. Let's take a couple breaths together, and then I'll play the bowl. And if you're newer on here, one thing I like to share about with the sound bowl and the practice with that is so beautiful is at first we hear the vibration and it's very present and loud and it puts us in touch with our bodies. And then as the sound gets smaller and smaller and drifts further away, I enjoy letting myself be carried into the infinite with that sound. And it puts me in touch with the unknown, the unconscious, the infinite, the vast, and the unseen. So there you have it. That is our sound bowl. And to talk a little bit more about the stars, because I did say a little bit about, what's coming up with the Mercury retrograde. Tonight is a very special night because we have Mercury. Before I get to Mercury, we might as well say Mercury is in a grand trine. We have a water trine happening right now. We have the moon in Cancer. We have Mercury in Scorpio. And then we have Neptune in Pisces. So those are three very important planets, and they're each in the middle of a water sign, creating this harmonious triangle. And that means that there is a lot of emotional energy, a lot of depth, deep feeling happening, and the moon is, emotion, the unconscious, and that is in Cancer, and then Mercury, communication, the mind, and that's over there in Scorpio, and then with Neptune and Pisces, that's dreaminess and creativity and intuition. So all of those qualities are being amplified. All those three planets are amplifying each other. And that's a lovely arrangement right now, because at the same time, right across from Cancer in the sky is Capricorn, and they share the axis. That's, like we have the equators, the north equator is there's the equator, and then there's the Tropic of Capricorn in the north, and then the equator in the middle, and then Tropic of Cancer in the south. So they're very archetypical as sort of like the action-oriented, more physical and results-oriented sign versus like the very intuitive and soft and more spiritual side with Cancer. And so having the moon in Cancer opposite Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in Capricorn, it creates a lot of tension. It's kind of like this face-off happening. And at the same time of that, we have a square, so that's, they're 180 degrees apart from each other across the circle. And then Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto are forming their own two other squares. They're forming a square to Mars in Aries, and forming a square. What are they forming the other square to? I think it's to, let me just double check. Hang on one quick second. Thanks for that. So it's to Mercury and Scorpio. So we have a lot of squares happening, and triangles create harmony and amplification, and it's kind of like mutual support, whereas the squares are kind of a little bit more confrontational and tense. So even though we have Mercury as part of a trine with the two other water signs, that would make it more harmonious. It's also in a square with Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, and it's also opposite Mars and Aries. So there's a lot of paths that could be opened up by the way the stars are tonight, and it's kind of like choose your own adventure. And we could choose the path of that deep emotional experience, and we could also choose the path of that sort of like tension and power struggle between the more soft and then the more hard. And so whatever's coming up for you tonight probably is normal and there's always the opportunity to tune in with love. And so I think that is the message right now, with all of this very beautiful and powerful geometry happening in the sky. If you find yourself more in one direction or the other, like, oh, a little too much in my feelings, or oh, I'm a little too much in these sort of automatic actions, to find that balance in between. And, you know, to tune into either the triangle or the square. That's a square shapes. Okay, with no further ado, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I invite you to take a few deep breaths and to reflect on the day, or think about what you would like to manifest tomorrow. And then we'll pick 3 cards and see what comes up. On my special, beautiful tarot mat from my love over at Los Caracolitos. Thank you, baby. Okay. Shuffling. Okay, now I'm going to cut the deck. Okay, our first card. Queen of Pentacles. I love this card right now because this is actually the perfect card to bring together all of that Capricorn action and Moon action in Cancer. If there is any card that brings together the qualities of Capricorn and Cancer, I think the Queen of Pentacles is one of them, because as you see, she is the quality of earth, because pentacles are earth, and she has all of this earthly abundance. It's a card of comfort and fertility, abundant fruitfulness, and life is just blossoming and blooming, and it's golden and blue and green and red, and there's a rabbit hopping around, and she's holding this huge gold coin. So she's kind of like the motherly side of Capricorn, and that's what we have when you're halfway between, when you have that opposition of the planets in Capricorn and the moon in Cancer. I think we could just think, okay, let's just be with the Queen of Pentacles and know that this planet has everything we need and more, and to feel that, and to feel that the pleasure that is possible. See our second card, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is sort of like what I was talking about how with all of these oppositions and squares and triangles and trines happening, that it really is sort of a choose your own adventure and a spin of the wheel, because anything is possible, and all of the elements are represented, and some things are out of our hands, but we can choose to go to the center of the circle and be in balance with all of it, by meditating, by focusing on love, by giving care and nurturance to ourselves and others through the body, with healthy food and water, and through the mind with thoughtful words and loving words, and through the spirit with breath work and meditation. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Our third card and final card for tonight. Lots more pentacles, folks. Lots more pentacles. So here you have 10 pentacles it only goes up to 10. You can't get more pentacle-y than this. There is a whole family here. There's people of all ages. There's a couple of dogs, a clear blue sky, a sturdy roof, blooming trees, fruit, blankets, art on the walls, and everyone there together. So just like the Queen of Pentacles, it's a message of abundance and fertility, pleasure and joy, security and happiness here on Earth. And with the Wheel of Fortune in the middle, I think it's this thing of like, maybe the message for tonight is that is where the wheel is spinning right now. Maybe this abundance is inevitable. And if you're watching this, maybe you are already in the middle of that circle. You are centered, you are balanced, you are on your path, and you are receiving all of that abundance. And it's coming from this state of nurturance where you have one, and then you also have this state of action and connection where you have 10, both 10 and 1 reduced down to 1, which is unity. And like the circle is like the infinite totality of the universe. So I think this is a very hopeful and affirming message that all is well and you have everything you need and more. And that is something to be very grateful for. So let's listen to the sound bowl and take a few breaths together. Inhaling deep. Exhale. Inhale deep. And exhale. Inhale. And as we exhale, let's We did it! We did it, everybody! We did our first live over here. It's exciting. I didn't have, if you do Instagram lives and you know that little plus sign that happens on the top left when you look at your screen, I didn't see it there. And so I was trying to figure out for the longest time what was going on. Still not really sure why the plus sign's not there, but we figured out a workaround and we were able to be here together tonight, and that's what counts. So thank you for being here on this first night on this new page, and I can't wait to keep going with you, and I hope you have a beautiful night.